I'm going to give some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way of face painting from other face painters around the world. So if it is your first gig, I have found that there are some essentials that really do help out to bring along with you. For example, let's start off, to avoid overloading your brush with water. If you do that, it really helps if you do just wipe it off. Just take an old tea towel with you, wipe it off and proceed that way. That way they won't have runny paint on their face. Obviously, some wipes, it can be any wipes you like. It's kind of like a real life undo button, so if you do make a mistake, just wipe it off. One of these, because there's a lot of little girls with a lot of hair. You find some as well, boys have long hair nowadays, so these really do come in handy. You can get them in like 99p shops. Sponges to apply your paint with. They do come like this normally, but I do suggest cutting them in half, because you have double your amount of sponges and you really do need the whole sponge for designs. Also, you do get a nice clean cut line, so if you are doing butterflies as such, so the top of the wing, it's going to be nice and straight with a nice cut sponge. One of these little squirter bottles, they're amazing because, well, one, you're not dipping your sponge into a cup of water and having to rinse it out and getting everything wet at the same time. You simply just take this part of the sponge you need, squirt it a few times, squirt the paint that you're using a couple of times, done, job done. It's less messy, it's really quick. Another one is glitter. Glitter really goes down well with the girls, and surprisingly, boys ask for it as well. I've painted a couple of Spider-Men in my time and they've wanted glitter. A way around this is these little cute puffer bottles. You pour your glitter in there, they have a twisty cap top, well at least mine do, and literally you tip it, and as you tap or squeeze, I don't know if you can see, the glitter literally just falls like that, sprinkles, so you're not using your fingers, dipping it in water, dabbing it on, or using the back of your brush. Other than that, there's not really much else. As essentials go, they do help along the way, especially when you do have a busy event and there's going to be a queue. Okay, so starting off with the butterfly, you're going to squirt the sponge a couple of times, and the paint you're going to use, I'm probably just going to vote girly colours and go for a bit of pink and yellow. So loading first of all with the pink, you're just literally dragging your sponge down like this a couple of times. And that started loading that first half of the sponge. And you're going to turn your sponge and start loading it with the yellow. So we're going to start off with a diagonal angle like this. So it's kind of like there. Now with this you need a dabbing motion. We are just going to dab that like so. Turn your sponge over. And we'll do another wing, so it's another diagonal. You're going inwards this time. And just literally round it off. So you're going diagonal to horizontal, like that. Obviously, probably to you it does look just like a blob. But once you get the outlining on the go, we're good to go. When you first start, it's all about pressure as well. So I'm going to start off down here. Sorry, I'm left-handed, you might not see, but straight line. And it's kind of pressure and a flick. And these are just little amounts of pressure now to get the wing. If you have time, it's really good to do just the top of the eyelid to make that design flow a little bit more. Okay, the rest of the wing now, this is totally up to you. You can play around with it. What I've started to do is as I come round, I'm just doing a swirl that goes in and then carrying on like so, bringing it round like that. I have done this bigger than originally because I just wanted to make sure you could see what was going on. So there we go, that's your double loaded butterfly, and it was obviously the main painting part was quick. You just a couple of dabs that way, a couple of dabs inwards and up, done. Okay, now we're going to move on to the tiger tutorial. Same aspect, it's double loading. Obviously it's going to be an orange and yellow tiger, but you can play around with colours as well. It does look really good with different coloured tigers, but this is the basics. So once again, just loading your sponge with spray water, yellow and orange this time. Alright, so we have our double loaded sponge. Normally with tigers you do start with the orange at the top and the yellow kind of flows out that way. So this time we're going to start right in the centre, right between the eyebrows there. And we're going to just do our dabbing motion like this, but we're going to fan out like that. And then back the other way. I'm going to flip the sponge and it's from yellow to orange, so you're just going to come round. And you're kind of going to just avoid the mouth area there, because that's where a little bit of white needs to go. So same as the butterfly, you're at a diagonal and you're just going to round it up so it's almost horizontal. Now as you can see, we've just got this area covered. This one needs to be yellow, so just take that part of the sponge, reload it and colour it in. Okay, so this is as far as the double loading stage goes. Obviously there's a bit of white to add there. I will do the whole design, I won't just leave you left wondering what's next. So it's the same, we're going to go in at an angle, so it's kind of out that side. A dabbing motion again, like this, and bringing it round, so it's a bit like a triangle, like that. And if you can get them to close their eyes, and do the eyelid as well, just to fill it in. So as you can see, I've done the other side, it's just the opposite angle going in there. We're going to do the muzzle bit now. Alright, we're going to move on with a design with some line work. So, as you can see, the line work really makes it pop and all the colours just blend together. And that's your basic tiger. So I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, then do head on over to Moxie's Magical Faces and like my page here on Facebook. There's some footage on YouTube of what I get up to as well. And I do have a website and I'll link it in with this video. I'm based in Southampton and I'm available to hire for children's parties, main face painting, hen nights. It's all on there. Please check it out and hope to see you soon. Bye!